Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Yamataï by Marc Paquien and Bruno Cathala. I was so excited for this game. I am a huge fan of Days of Wonder. I'm a huge fan of Bruno Cathala. Five Tribes is fantastic. There are certain elements in this that clearly remind you of Five Tribes. And I picked it up and I was thrilled. And I have to tell you, the quality of the box, the components, the buildings, the pieces, the cutouts is outstanding. As good and fantastic as you would expect, just extremely well done. And in fact, the game is amazingly well done. Every system works, it's set up well, you got, I'm not going to open this up. I'm not going to take it all out, set it all up, this giant board, try to explain this game. There are how to plays, other reviews that can give you a good idea of what the experience is like. For this review, I just want to talk about why, despite everything effectively being fantastic, I didn't like it that much. And at first I thought it was maybe, learning curve getting into it, but play after play, it just hasn't grabbed me. And it bothered me. It bothered me that I didn't like it. It bothered me because it's beautiful, because the designers are fantastic, because other people have liked it, because all sorts of reasons. And I spent a lot of time thinking about it and talking with other people. And I even read some reviews because I was trying to get an idea of why it didn't work for me. Without a doubt, you should absolutely check this game out. I can't actually, it's not a cheap game. I can't actually, based on my experience, hands down recommend you should buy it. But you should absolutely play it. Go find someone, check it out. Because if it's for you, it's awesome. There's not a single thing in here that's broken. Except probably the colorblind thing with the boats and the red, brown, and green, which is like you're looking at these cards on the other side of the table and the icons are this big and you're supposed to be able to read them. I mean, I'm not even that bad, but it's like, can you tell me what are those three colors over there? Because anyway, that aside, that little bit aside, this thing is, it's like that summer blockbuster movie that has everything in it. All the executives checked off every square, but somehow you can't remember it. Okay, and I've boiled it down. So I think there are three things that hold the game back for me. And I think for one, it's Yamataï, 4-Queen Himiko's smile. I got to assume this is the queen. You're architects, you're building all over these islands, out over here, and you're essentially expanding these fleets of goods to build buildings, and you have to hire specialists, and you use those by using the currencies and the cultures from the islands. Super cool mechanic. It's like the djinns in Five Tribes, but they all cost the same, but have different effects and values, and you can use 2 of the same or 3 different culture tokens. Super cool! And turn order selection, you're picking an ability tile that gives you a ship type and an ability, and then they set your player order. Super cool! It's great! Amazing! But you're like, the ships sort of are supposed to represent different good types, and they have value, and you're trading them, but one's supposed to be ore, and one's supposed to be coal, and one's gold, or whatever, or probably wheat, or whatever they represent. It doesn't show that anywhere. So, you're moving colored ships on this board, trying to make chains to get to islands, and surround those islands with the right colored ships, and it's like, I didn't find it fun. I didn't find it thematically engaging. it's so mechanically tight and works so well that it's almost like the mechanics push past the theme, which is so gorgeous and well laid out, and it's like the aesthetic of the, let me say this, let me see if I can say this right. The art theme of the box and the components is stronger than the aesthetic of the mechanics and the dynamics coming together. So the vibe of the game doesn't really come through, and you just feel like you're puzzling, how can I do this? You then have all these different options, and they all feel about the same, and the abilities are switching around so much that you sort of like, oh, am I going to pick a specialist? Am I going to go for buildings? Am I going to go culture tiles? Am I going to try, to, line up my buildings and get bonus dollars? And it's thinky. You can do all that. You can sit there and AP over it, but you're not deciding between things that feel all that different. And you can build towards cool combos, but they're not really like, yeah. They're like, oh, I used that, a specialist ability to do that. And like, it has a cool moment, but everyone's sort of in their own head, too, that no one gets to enjoy the coolness of the moment. Like, it just sort of, it doesn't hit there. And this is my struggle. This is why I didn't feel like pulling out the box and doing this. It's hard to put my finger on it. I really spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. And I think it's that combination of theme not clicking, lots of decisions, none of them really feeling that important or interesting, and then the dynamic tactics, the tactics of the moving, the changing board, which I normally love in games, just didn't grab me. And scoring's great. Games are all tight, and partly because decisions are probably about the same weight, and maybe because I was playing with good players, but it's weird to me. It's weird to me that I can play this, and I can play, where is it? 5 It's somewhere over here. Probably over here. It's weird that I can play these two games. I mean, look at this. Even almost the color schemes are similar, man, right? And walk away from this and say, this is one of my favorite games of all time. And this just, I think I'm done. I don't think I need to play this one again. I wouldn't say no if other people were playing it, but like, I don't see this being on my shelf in a year. I don't see this being on my shelf in a month. Whereas this I have in the expansion. So, look, Bruno Cathala is like favorite designer. I can't undercut any of the work in terms of the quality, the mechanics, the thoughtfulness. Rules could be a little cleaner. It's a little confusing at times. Their column system's a little weird in this one for some reason. They have a bunch of mandatory versus not mandatory optional things, which is always a little... There's some quibbles. But it's blockbuster AAA all the way. I sort of feel like it's not... Sort of feel like it's walking away from a Marvel movie and being like, well, I didn't really like it. Where you're like, I should have liked that one. I don't know. Maybe Disney's Beauty and the Beast live animation, where, hey, they did everything pretty much right, but like, all right, meh. So deserves a play. I'm not over the moon on it. But yeah, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Most importantly, play some great games.